Alright guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the Guncannon here. So this is part of the free-to-play unit that we were able to form from the event. So per usual, we do want to take a look and to see how powerful the unit is. So I will be using alongside with some other free-to-play or purchasable unit as well in a way. So this gun tank actually is not that bad because, or gun cannon I should say, because it does have the element of the bombardment unit embedded already from the skill 2, so it does mix it seems to me it looks powerful, but when I do look a little bit closer, I saw that in terms of the weapon, the damage typing is split between the projectile and beam. So you guys can see that the skill 1 is for the projectile, and then the beam or the skill 2 is for the beam damage, and the beam damage actually has a lower power ratio than the main weapon. So yeah, that's gonna be the discrepancy that we will have to see. Does it really affect it by that much? But yeah, that's kind of unfortunate in a way. So transcendent skill wise is actually not that bad. It does actually increase accuracy and then some beam damage as well, which we will not be taking a look at because me personally, I really don't think players should be investing their rainbow coins into maxing out the transcendent skill, especially for these free-to-play units. I just cannot help myself. I will not, definitely will not do it. But as far as the other setup, we have the following, so it's not that terrible. The pilot wise, we are going to be using Rux over here because she will probably provide a little bit more than using its own designated pilot in a way, so that's why I went for that. But without any further ado, we'll just probably hop into co-ops only. I do fear that hopping into arena is probably not your best situation in a way. I would probably want to try that out in the current battle rush because this one does actually attacks all enemies from the EX skill, so I do deem that to be fairly powerful as well. So I guess we can probably hop into the last phase or the extra stage of battle rush to see how it could perform. I cannot guarantee that this unit could survive, I feel like, but it's definitely worth giving a shot. But let's hop into co-op first, and then we will jump into the battle rush. Alright, so let's kind of do the setup first. I think I'm just gonna go with audiling it. So we will take on the unicorn just because I don't want this to be I just want everyone to have like a type neutral damage. So that's probably where we are gonna go with. So I did actually bring a new Gundam just for the healing purposes because you guys do know these bombardment unit, they don't like taking hits, so that's why, yeah, you guys can see that Guncannon ready to some hit, so we definitely do not like that. So that's why having a heal is definitely really important. And I'm just gonna say that right now, yellow element is definitely not at the best situation at the moment, just because of the fact that yellow element does not have like a array equipment at the moment. So I do feel like it is definitely not going to perform as good as any of the other unit because they do have their race specific equipment. So that's gonna be where the problem is. But even though we are taking quite a lot of damage right there and we end up getting killed, but it does seems that it is holding up pretty nice. It does have some pretty good power into it, I feel like. It's just unfortunate that we really didn't have anyone that can kind of stop the unicorn, unfortunately. It happens all the time when I try to showcase out these bombardment unit. We end up just taking a lot of damage from the bombardment unit, so that's kind of like, what's going on, man? Like, why? Yeah, kind of unfortunate. So I think what I'm gonna do now, I think we'll just kind of hop into another one, probably maybe these Shar Zakudu, to give it a different perspective in a way. Alright, so far we're not really doing any damage as of yet, but alright, it looks like we're kind of going. So I do hope that our two green unit can kind of hang in there in a way, right? But alright, so far the damage output from Guncannon just looks alright, right? Like I do expect any of the yellow element units to perform better than they would be right now after we get some race specific equipment. I don't know why they have not really rotated through any of the yellow equipment for them, just because like we have gone through so much. I think we have gone to for red and then for green already, so it honestly makes no sense why they're not, doing that for them yet. So yeah, but so far it's looking pretty good, because like the other units, they don't really, I guess they just don't get any damage output until you invest into the transcendent skill, which obviously I never highly recommend you guys invest into the free-to-play unit, because they're just for collection purposes. If you guys are trying to invest into unit, at least try to use it on like your extreme limited or your super limited, because those are like gonna be your bread and butter for content wise for clearing them. So these free-to-play are definitely not it, unless you guys are like, don't mind. You guys have ways to farm them, via doing a bunch of summoning and whatever. Other than that, I do not recommend that. But it looks like we did pretty good for Guncannon, so that's definitely what we love to see. So I think we can definitely exit out of here, and then I do want to take a look into the battle rush, because we definitely do have more than one enemy to take a look at, so that should be quite interesting. Alright, so let's kind of see how we actually do this. So that's the team that I'm using, right? And then I think I will just put everyone essential like this. And then we'll just put Guncannon at the back. So hopefully we can survive a little bit. I do hope that. Alright, so let's kind of see. So this is definitely going to be the Road Testament of the Guncannon, alright? So far we are doing really nice. Oh wow. I am surprised that Guncannon is actually, contributing quite a lot. So whenever we can pop that first EX skill, that should be, I think, oh wow. Alright, so we took down Zeta. That was Zeta. And then, I don't know if we have time to even pop the first EX skill, that's the thing. Okay. Okay, we pop it. Nice. Alright, let's kind of see. Yeah, that's a fairly big amount. You guys can see the portion from the EX skill is definitely pretty sizable. So being able to gain access to just doing all enemy for the EX skill is definitely one of the saving grace for this unit. In a way, yeah, you guys can see it got bigger. All right, sure. Okay, and it's kind of stuck in the animation, but all right, sure. Yeah, I guess if you do invest into Guncannon, like I'm not talking about just the transcendent skill alone, like if you do some unit enhancement, right? I feel like this unit could put us some work. So especially concept where you're facing multiple enemies, I think this is definitely a good example of that. So we can take a look at the battle report, and you can see that the EXQ portion of the total damage output is actually not that bad. I mean, that goes to show to all of the unit in a sense, but that's not bad. I'll definitely take that. But other than that, that is going to be pretty much it in terms of a quick showcase for Guncannon, and I'll be catching you guys out on the next one.